Welcome back to Greenwood Sports Center. And this twin bill, Greenwood versus Alma. The Airedales have come to town. Greenwood won game one 2-1. Mitchell with the win. Pettigrew came in relief, and he is on the bump to start this second game. Ladies lead it 5-0 the last time I looked over there. So, with any luck, the ladies will come away with a sweep tonight. And we'll get things started here in just a couple of seconds here at Greenwood Baseball Diamond as we get ready for this doubleheader, Game 2. Sean Holland here with you. Tim Terry and Dr. Dustin Smith are over at softball tonight for the last conference home games of the season. Next week, Greenbrier, 4:30 first pitch. So be looking for that as we get things underway right here. Pettigrew up on top. Fires and delivers. Swing and strike one. 1-1 now, the count to Gifford. Swinging, 1-2 now. And Pettigrew working ahead. Strozier sets up outside, swung on, chopped foul. 1-2 remains the count. Next week, the last conference game for baseball and softball. That'll be at Greenbrier. We'll bring you that live on YouTube on Greenwood Sports Center. Also, probably going to be over on the Sports Hog 103.5 for baseball. Swung on, and that one is laced to left field. Skaggs reaches and grabs and makes the out to retire the batter. That brings up Branson Brogan for Alma. Swung on and missed. Strike one. Pettigrew looking like a man on the mound. Foul tip, strike two. That ball weighs a little bit more. Didn't get it all the way back. Strozier, catcher for the game. Caught in first game, the senior. Swung on, lifted a mile in the air. And players converge, and the out recorded by Bryce Morgan, F6. F6. And that's two away here in the top of the first. And that'll bring up the lefty, Logan Taylor. He's playing first base this game. Morgan comes set, and he'll fire. Swung on, chopped towards shortstop. Morgan gobbles it up, sends it across for the out. And Alma goes down 1-2-3 in the top of the first. No hits, no runs, no errors. 6-3 on the putout. Greenbrier isn't quite Mountain Home, is it, Joey? I was just talking about how good Maddie was doing on the music. Intergalactic. We got another lefty to deal with from Alma. And the instruction from Coach Mercado to fire up the halogens. 7:00 was game time. Old Glory wrestling in a light wind at this ball field. Wind seems to have shifted directions just a little bit. Was coming in from dead center before first pitch, first game. Now kind of coming out of the south.
Pitching for Alma this game, number 16, Noah Likens.
So Noah Likens will be on the bump for Alma, left-handed pitcher. Likens.
Leading off for the Bulldogs, the shortstop, number 3, Bryce Morgan.
Well, I'd Likens to see us get some hits off of him. As Bryce Morgan comes to the plate to lead things off for the Bulldogs. First pitch upstairs, ball 1. That one's in there for a called strike. 1-1 now to the senior shortstop. That one on the outside corner, called strike 2. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on, and that one is lifted towards right field, and it is down for a base hit. And Morgan with a leadoff single for the Bulldogs.
Center fielder, number 24, Grant Carnes.
That is going to bring up freshman Grant Carnes in the 2 position, playing center field. That one's high and outside, ball 1. Morgan over at first, gets a little lead. Likens checks on him and comes home with it. Carnes turns on one, and it's smoked past Mercado's face. No flinch whatsoever. Foul ball, 1-1. And a pick move over to Morgan. He scampers back in safely. That one's hit towards right, and Gifford will settle under it and complete the out. F9 for Carnes. Morgan stays at first. One man out. And here comes Braden Skaggs to the plate for the Bulldogs. Time is called as Burdick will go out and talk to Likens. Yeah. That one's high and outside, ball one. To Skaggs. Left fielder. Sophomore baseball player. And a pick move. Back over to first base. Morgan back in safely. One-0 the count. One out. Swung on and lifted towards left field for the out. Morgan is going to have to hurry up and get back. And he is safe. Taylor could not hang on to it. And Morgan was standing at second base when that ball was caught and somehow got back to first.
First baseman, number 21, Dawson Holt.
And that brings Doc Holt to the plate. Dawson had a pretty good game in game one. Man on first. And that one's outside, ball one. He's got that little shimmy thing that drives the women in Greenwood crazy. That one on the outside corner for strike one. 1-1 now. Two men out, one on, one hit. That was Morgan. And that one squirts away from the catcher, 2-1 now. Kept it in front of him, got it back. That one's going to be out of play. 2-2 now. Encouragement from the Greenwood faithful as Doc readies himself and Likens comes set. And this one lifted, and that is in the gap towards the left center field wall for at least a double, and Morgan will come home and score. 1-0 in the bottom of the first with two outs. And an RBI double for Doc Holt.
Now batting the catcher, number 2, Dylan Strozier.
That'll bring Dylan Strozier to the plate. He's our catcher, senior. Like to see Dylan knock one towards the softball field. Two men out, one on. One has come across for a run. And Dylan with a home run hack, foul tip, strike one. Good base hit would probably score Holt from second. And Lycan comes off and checks on Holt. Here comes the 0-1, and that's upstairs. 1-1. Strozier swings on one, strike two. One, two. Holt at second. And swing and a miss. And that'll leave one man stranded. One run on two hits for the Bulldogs. That'll bring us to the top of the second in just a few minutes on Greenwood Sports Center. The ladies lead it 5-0 across the way against the Lady Airedales. Pettigrew back on top of the mound for the Bulldogs, and Hatcher comes to the plate for Alma. Top of the second, Greenwood with the 1-0 lead. That one's low. 1-0 the count. Pettigrew on top now. He'll deliver. Swung on, 1-1 now. You looked good last night, Maddie. Your scholarship. Swung on, fouled back into the parking lot. 1-2 now. I was looking somewhere for a total scholarship award for that senior class somewhere, and I couldn't find it, but I'm certain that it was a lot. Who did that? Reese did? That one is lifted towards center, and Carnes will camp out underneath it and record the out, F8. You said $300,000?
Left fielder, number 23, Camden Curd.
Pepperdine, and that's Reese. My goodness. The very best and brightest here at Greenwood. One out. And the first pitch to lefty Curd is outside, ball one. Swung on, fouled, back towards Smith Robinson Stadium. Track meet somewhere else tonight, Siloam, I believe. So, no spectators over there or participants worried about that. Comes the 1-1, swung on, fouled back again. And home plate blue looking for more ammunition. One, two. Swung on, chopper. That one's going to be in the gap for a base hit. Shear looking for it, couldn't quite make the stop. And a base hit single for Curd.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 10, Nathan
Mackin. The DH in this game, left-handed bat. Swung on. It's a mile in the air. Adams called off by Morgan. And F6 on the putout. Two men down, one standing at first. Lucas Hayes now, a position player in this game, was the DH in the last one. Swung on, and this one's lifted towards left, and it's down for a base hit. And Skaggs gets it back in quickly to avoid any further damage.
Now batting the catcher, number 9, Caleb Burdick.
Burdick, the catcher, he's up now for the Airedales. Runners at first and second, two men out. Top of the second, Greenwood leads by one. That one's inside, ball one. 1-0 the count. And got him dead to rights over at third base. Dillon with the throwdown on the advancing runner.
One man left on base. Move to the bottom half of the second inning. Bulldogs up by one.
And Greenwood ends the threat here in the top of the second. That takes us to the bottom. We're up 1-0 here at Greenwood Baseball Diamond. We'll take a quick one right here. Greenwood Sports. Bottom of the second. Brings up third baseman Harrison Adams for his first at-bat of the game. That one towards third base. He booted it, but still had time to make the throw down to first to get the out. First pitch swing on. And now Weston Shear comes up to bat. That one hit directly to the left fielder, F7, to record the out. Now here's where I tell Mitchie, take the first pitch.
Now batting the right fielder, number 8, Austin Mitchell.
Mitchell had a whale of a game last game. First pitch, ball one. So no steak dinner for Lycan. That one's high and outside, 2-0 now. Lycan delivers. Outside corner called strike. Two one. Swung on, lifted a mile in the air. And the catcher settles under it with the ice cream cone catch. And it ends the half inning. 1-0 the score. Bulldogs on top. And that'll take us into the top of the third here in just a few minutes. Greenwood's Caleb Burdick will start things off here in the top of the third for Alma. Jay Wright is now in right field, glaring directly into the sun. Take about 5 steps either direction and he's in the shade. Foul tip, strike one. Pettigrew delivers That swung on, fouled back up over the press box here and into the parking lot. 0-2 now to the Alma catcher. Strozier sets up outside, and that's where it goes. 1-2 now. Swung on, lifted up, and settling under it is third baseman Harrison Adams, F5 for the putout. F5.
Center fielder number 15, Axel Spain.
Swung on, lifted towards center, and Carnes settles underneath it for the second out.
Now batting the right fielder, number 17, Caden Gifford.
Here comes Gifford. Gifford is 0 for 1 today and has a magnificent mustache, by the way. Outside and low, ball 1. It's twisted up on the ends, and he's got a little patch right here. Facial hair, magnificent. Swung on, 1-1 now to Gifford. High and inside, 2-1 now. Foul tip back towards the barrier. Ladies on top in the top of the fifth, 7-0. Here comes the 2-2 from Pettigrew. Foul chop back. Staying alive. Oh, yeah, sure enough. That's exactly. Swung on and lifted towards left center, or shallow left, I should say. Skaggs gets under it and records the out. F7. Skaggs, F7. Bulldogs up 1-0 here going into the bottom of the third. Greenwood Sports Center online. Leading off for the Bulldogs here in the third, Austin Bircher. Was that me? Oh, yeah, my battery's going dead. Ball one. Slips away. One 0 now to Bircher. Swing and a miss. 1-1 now. Here comes the 1-1 from Lycan. Swung on, fouled back. 1-2 now. Little shenanigans going on. Called strike three.
Now batting the shortstop, number 3, Bryce Morgan.
Here comes senior shortstop Bryce Morgan to the plate. My name is O. Swung on, and that one is lifted into the gap behind second base, and that will be a single for Morgan. And Morgan is 2 for 2 now on this game as he stands at first.
Now batting the center fielder, number 24, Grant Carnes.
Here comes this freshman Grant Carnes, who's due for a good hit. Deposited one over the wall in Valonia. And that one is going to be settled under at center field to record the second out and keep Morgan planted at first.
Now batting the left fielder, number 6, Braden Skaggs.
Here's Skaggs now, trying to keep the inning alive. Lycan fires. Inside, squirts away. Morgan takes off towards second, and he'll be in there safe. 1-0 now. That one hits hard towards the shortstop, and 6-3 on the putout. That'll retire the side and the inning. 1-0 Greenwood on top of Alma here as we head towards the top of the fourth. We'll be back in just a minute on Greenwood Sports Center. Brogan up now for the Airedales here in the top of the 5th. Lady Bulldogs still lead 7-0 across the creek. Pettigrew on top for the Dogs. And this one is lifted towards right field, and Jay Wright settles underneath it, F9 on the putout.
Now batting the first baseman, number 22, Logan Taylor.
So Logan Taylor, the lefty, pitched in the first game. He's over at first base now for Alma. Over but low. Pettigrew fires. Swung on, strike one. 1-1 now the count to the lefty. Pettigrew kicks and fires. Swing and reach, and Adams ran out of real estate over there around the third base side. 1-2 now. Swung on, hit towards second. Shearer gathers it up, makes the throw. Is it in time? It is. 2 away now in the top of the 4th.
Now batting the shortstop, number 7, Derek Hatcher.
That'll bring Hatcher to the plate for Alma. One 1-0 now. 2 men out. Swung on, foul tip back towards the backstop. 1-1. Time called for and granted by Home Plate Blue. And Hatcher stands back in. Pettigrew fires, and Hatcher turns on one, and this one is lifted towards center. It's going to get past Carnes, and Hatcher will have a 2-out double.
Now batting the left fielder, number 23, Camden Curd.
That'll bring up Camden Curd for the Airedales. Curd is 0 for 1. Just outside. Swung on and missed. 1-1. Pettigrew checks on the runner. Comes home with it. Swung on, fouled, back towards the netting on the third base side. 1-2 now. Swung on, laced back towards short. Morgan comes up with it, fires it across. Is it in time? It is. 6-3 to end the threat. One man left on base. Bulldogs are up by 1 as we go into the bottom of the fourth here on Greenwood Sports. Well, we'll see if Home Plate Blue makes good on his promise to Keith on Doc Holt's first pitch. Lycan fires. And it's a bunt down the left field side. And is he going to get there in time? He does. And a leadoff bunt single for Dawson Holt. And the antics continue here at Greenwood Diamond.
Now batting the catcher, number 2, Dylan Strozier.
That'll bring up Strozier. Strozier stands ready, and Lycan goes towards first with a pick. And Holt scampers back in time. Bottom of the fourth here. Greenwood leads 1-0 with 4 hits and 1 run. Alma has strung together 3 hits. And Holt is in safely at second on the pitch. Oh, 1 to the catcher, Strozier. Lycan on top. Checks on the runner. He'll bring it home. And Strozier offered bunt and pulled it back. Ball 1. 1-1 now. And that one popped foul on the bunt, and Strozier put out F1 as Holt had to scamper back to second.
And the third baseman, number 4, Harrison Adams.
That brings up Harrison Adams, playing third base, doing a whale of a job over there today. One man out. Holt stands over at second base. Leadoff runner. Here comes the pitch. It's outside. 1-0. The runner goes. It's Holt. Can he get there? And he does. He swipes third base. And 2-0 to Harrison Adams. Excuse me. One man out. Runner in scoring position. That's Doc Holt over at third. Lycan comes set. He comes home with it. Outside. 3-0 now to Harrison Adams. Adams is 0 for 1 today. Here comes the 3-0 from Lycan. Swung on and laced down the left field line. Holt will score, and Adams will slide into second base on a 3-0 pitch. And the score is now 2-0 with one man out.
Now batting the second baseman, number 27, Weston Bashir.
Weston Bashir comes to bat now with one out. Adams out at second now after a great hit ball. And that one's upstairs, ball one. Shear watches that one in for a called strike. 1-1 now the count. One man out, one man across. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. That one's just a bit outside, 2-1. And this one is laced towards right field, and it gets down fair. Adams is going to score, and Shear trades places with him, and it's 3-0. Weston Shear stands at second base, and Alma wants to have a meeting on the mound. Jay Wright due up for the Bulldogs. If there had been any wind at all coming from the north, that ball would have dropped foul. It was right on the line. But instead, it drops fair, and Weston Shear stands out there with an RBI double. Jay Wright now for the Bulldogs. One man out. Two men have come across here in the bottom of the fourth. Jay Wright with a home run hack at it. 0-1. Adams with a decent lead out at second. And he lays a bunt down. And nobody there to cover first base, and Jay Wright is on with a bunt single and pushes Adams over to third. Or excuse me, not Adams, Shear. Adams has already scored. That'll bring Bircher back to the plate. Bircher's 0 for 1, and he'll lay down a bunt, but it'll go foul. So 0-1 to Bircher. Mercado going through the signs at third. Everybody's ready now. Bircher steps back in. And Lycan checks on his runners. And fakes a throw to first and kicks over to third. And the third baseman can't find it. It's on the ground. There it is. He found it. Lycan comes home with it. Swung on, outside pitch. 0-2 now to Bircher. Noah Likens, number 16, is the pitcher for Alma. Runner goes, and they're going to let him have it on the strikeout. And here comes Bryce Morgan. Bircher now 0 for 2 in the game. Morgan comes to the plate. He's 2 for 2. Runners in scoring position, second and third. Outside, that's going to be ball 1 to the senior shortstop. Shear at third. And Jay Wright at second. Swung on right to the shortstop. He'll scoop it and get it over to first to end the inning and the threat. 2 men left on, 2 men across, 3 hits. 4 complete innings. Greenwood leads 3-0 here in Greenwood, Arkansas against the Alma Airedales. We'll be back in just a minute on Greenwood's Well, we welcome you back, top of the 5th inning. 2 runs scored in the bottom of the 4th for the Bulldogs. 3-0 now, as Pettigrew looking pretty good on the mound tonight. And laced towards second. Shearer gathers it up and kicks it over to Holt for the 4-3 put out of Nathan Macon. Here's Lucas Hayes now. Hayes is 1 for 1 tonight. Pettigrew delivers. Swung on and missed. Nice swing, Hayes. Major League. I love that movie. Just a bit outside. 1-1. That one's lifted a mile in the air. And Shearer settles under it and records the out. F4 on the put out. That'll bring up Caleb Burdick for the Airedales. He's their catcher. Swung on and hit towards right, but foul. 0-1 now to the catcher for Alma. Pettigrew on top. He'll deliver. Inside, 1-1. The ladies won 7-0. Swung on. That one's going to be fair. Lifted towards right field. Jay Wright settles underneath it and ends the half inning. And the threat, no hits, no runs. Nobody left on. We're going to head to the bottom of the 5th with Greenwood leading 3-0 over the Alma Airedales. Greenwood Sports Center on YouTube. We welcome you back to the bottom of the 5th inning here in Greenwood. Leadoff hitter for the inning, Mr. Grant Carnes. Chucky. Grant, I believe, is 0 for. That one's lifted, going to be trouble, and the left fielder settled underneath it for a great catch. And the freshman is retired.
Now batting the left fielder, number 6, Braden Skaggs.
That'll bring Skaggs to the plate. Cameron or Camden Curd? I just have Curd here. Curd. I just have Curd here. Left fielder. That was high and outside to Skaggs, ball 1. Lifted towards left, and that one's going to be foul, just barely. It was going to be trouble for anybody in a green uniform. Swung on, chopped, and it is at the third baseman. He couldn't get to it. The shortstop booted it, and Skaggs stands at first with a single. Hard hit ball.
Number 21, Dawson Holt.
Here comes Doc Holt. Home plate blue has promised one of his first pitches is going to be a strike. We'll see if that happens. Oh, he wanted to. Low and inside, ball 1. Runner goes, and Skaggs is in there, and he is safe at second base. Some aggressive base running from these Bulldogs, and Mercado's going to go over and check on Skaggs, make sure he's okay. Broke his belt. Mercado pulled his belt off like that's going to fit Skaggs. It might just do it. We'll see momentarily. This is riveting. Entertainment at its finest. It didn't fit. It's a little big. He's on the last hole. Mercado's not my size, but he's bigger than Skaggs. And we got the wardrobe took care of, and it's 1-0 to Doc Holt. Outside, 2-0 now. Outside again, 3-0 now for Dawson Holt. Runner goes, Skaggs. Can he get there in time? The throw is there. No, it's gone. And Skaggs is going to come home on the walk. And Holt rounds first and looks at second. And it's 4-0 Greenwood. Good base running by these Bulldogs. That'll bring Strozier up to the plate. Strozier is 0 for 2 today. Due up. Outside, ball 1. Lycan struggling to find the strike zone now. There's one swung on, 1-1 now to the catcher for Greenwood. Lycan back up on top. Strozier steps in, and we've got him in a rundown. And Doc is going to be out, trying to swipe second. Strozier looking at 1-1 now. And it plunked him. So Strozier will trot down to first base. And he will have a courtesy runner. And that is number 15. That is Isaiah Arrington. And here's Harrison Adams at the plate. That one's up and out. Ball 1. And Lycan will try to pick the freshman base runner. And Arrington scampers back in safely with no trouble at all. Swing and a miss from Adams, 1-1 now. Lycan looks over at Arrington. Throws over, Arrington back safely. No trouble at all. Adams looks down the third base line at Mercado. Gets the sign. He's ready now. Lycan on top. He'll deliver. Swung on and fouled back towards the school building. One, two, the count now to the junior third baseman. Swung on, and this one's going towards right field, and it is down for a double, maybe a triple. Arrington will round third, and he is in safely, and Adams will stand up at third. So a two-out triple RBI for Harrison Adams. He's 2 for 3 today now.
Now back to second baseman, number 27, Weston Bashir.
That'll bring Weston Bashir to the plate. Lycan will deliver. That one is in the low strike zone. Strike 1. Bashir is 1 for 2 today. Swung on, lifted towards right, and this one is going to fall fair, and Adams will trot across, and Bashir will stand safely at first base. And the Bulldogs lead it now 6-0 here in the bottom of the fifth. And that's going to do it for Lycan tonight. Oh. Number 35 in relief now for Alma. Wilson. Chad Wilson? Cash Wilson. Cash Wilson. Now going to be on the mound for the Airedales. We'll step away. Greenwood Sports Center. And now Cash Wilson on the bump for the Airedales. Brings up senior right fielder Jay Wright. Shear stands over at first. Our first right-handed pitcher that we faced tonight, and that is inside on Jay Wright. Ball one. Oh, swung on. 1-1 now, foul tip. Trying to get you some scores from around the 5A West. And Wilson looks over at Shear at first. 2 men out. And foul tip back into the catcher. And home plate blue will walk that back out to Wilson. 1-2 now for Jay Wright. One, two, the count now to Jay Wright. Shearer over at first. And a little blooper foul towards the first baseman. And Jay Wright will get another chance. According to my lineup here, Greenbrier and Mountain Home will face each other tomorrow for whatever reason. Called strike 3, and that'll end the inning.
3 runs on 3 hits.
3 runs on 3 hits.
After 5 complete innings, Bulldogs up by 6.
Bulldogs 6, Airedales nothing. As we go into the 6th inning here in Greenwood on Greenwood Sports. Top of the 6th, 6-0 here in Greenwood. I don't know if you can quite notice it or not, but as that one is high and inside for ball 1, it looks like a spider has started spinning a web over the center field camera. That one's in there for a called strike. As I was saying a minute ago, it looks like Mountain Home and Greenbrier will play tomorrow at 4:30. That one's lifted a mile in the air. Off with the catcher's mask is Strozier, and he records the out. F2 on the put out. And we are coming back to the top of Alma's lineup. Gifford for Alma now batting. And we've got lights from a car in the parking lot that has suspended play just for a moment. And that's more of a safety precaution than anything, to have those vehicle lights turned off. That one is low and inside, 1-0 now to who this is. That one could be trouble, and Skaggs settles underneath it and makes the catch. F7.
Now batting the second baseman, number 11, Branson Brogan.
That'll bring Brogan to the plate for Alma. as Gifford is retired. He's 0 for 3 for tonight. Branson Brogan. And swung on and hit towards short. And records the out. 6-3, Bryce Morgan to Doc Holt.
No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. We move to the bottom half of the sixth inning.
Bottom of the sixth coming up. 6-0 your score here in Greenwood. The Bulldogs on top on Greenwood's. JT Stanfill now for the Bulldogs has come to bat, number 7. He will stand in for Austin Bircher. Stanfill's first plate appearance tonight. Swung on first pitch, strike 1. Did he go? He did not. 1-1. Stanfill stands in, and Wilson will deliver. Called strike. Outside, squirted away, 2-2 now. I clear my throat. I bet the home plate ump thinks I'm saying something about his strike zone, and I'm not. Well, I'm not the only one clearing my throat. He's done a pretty good job. I'm not going to argue with him. Until right then, low and outside, called strike 3.
Now batting the shortstop, number 3, Bryce Morgan.
Back to the top of the lineup now for the Bulldogs. Bryce Morgan standing in with 1 away. Morgan is 2 for 3 on the night. And a big home run hack, strike 1. outside. 1-1 now. We got a new catcher, too. At 30? And that one's lifted a mile in the air towards second base, and he dropped it. And Morgan gets on, reached on error. Who'd you say that was at catcher now? Ogburn? Shepard?
Now back to center fielder, number 24, Greg Carnes.
Carnes up to bat now. And plunked him. I know that hurt.
Left fielder, number 6, Braden Skaggs.
Grant's all smiles out there at first base, but swinging foul for Skaggs. Skaggs is 1 for 3 tonight. 2 men on, first and second, Morgan and Carnes. And plunked again. And the bases are juiced full of Bulldogs. And Doc Holt will come to the plate.
Now batting the first baseman, number 21.
As Shep has a
Holt.
talk with Wilson, trying to settle him down. Bases are loaded, 1 man out, and Doc Holt stands in. And here comes Wilson. He'll fire straight down the middle, and Dawson turns on one and sends it in the general vicinity of the van. More towards your truck, was it, Matt? Oh. It's not going to hurt either one of them, will it? That's right, baseball-sized dents. Swung on straight back up the middle. And did he record the out? He did. Bases are still loaded, though. And that brings catcher Dylan Strozier to the plate.
Now batting the catcher, number 2, Dylan Strozier.
2 men out. Bases loaded. Dylan Strozier at the plate. Base hit would probably score 2. Swung on, foul. Back into the mitt. Strike 1. Greenwood sitting at 10 hits now and 6 runs. That one's low and away, and it got away, and Carnes will score. 1-1 now. Holt stands at second. And Skaggs at third. Low and away, 2-1 now. .31 now, 3-1 for the senior catcher. Swung on, laced to the third baseman, and he missed it, and 2 will score. And Dillon will take second on a slide on the throw. And now it's 9-0 as Strozier laced one and got a 2 RBI single and then a swiped bag on the throw. Or advanced to second on the throw. Brings up Harrison Adams. Low and away, and Strozier will scamper back to second on the dropped ball. Oh, that's Arrington. Yes, Arrington in for Strozier. Thank you. Two out, 1 man on, and Wilson is going to tie his shoe and get ready. Here we go. Harrison Adams, the 1-0. Coming to him. He is 2 for 3 tonight. That one's low. 2-0 now. And a little chin music for Adams. High and tight. 3-0. Low and away. Ball squirts away. Arrington is going to advance to third. And Adams will take the base on the walk. 2 outs. A 2-out walk. And we're going to have a mound visit. And special thanks to manager Matt Parker, Matty Ice, with the music tonight, doing a fantastic job. Nothing brings it quite like the Jeopardy theme song. You want me to tell them that, or do you want to tell them that? So, that's right. So that's going to do it for Wilson on the mound tonight. And number 17, Gifford. He's coming out of right field. He'll be the new pitcher for Alma. We'll step away, let him get warmed up, and we'll be back here in just a minute on Greenwood. Here we are in the bottom of the sixth. 2 men on, runners at the corners. Weston Shear up to bat now. The new pitcher is Gifford for Alma. Hey. That one fouled right back at me. Did you see me flinch? No. Tim Terry. Jake Baxley, senior, on deck if Shear can extend the inning. Outside, that one squirted away, and a bad throw will score Arrington. And from first base to third is Harrison Adams. And that is going to do it. 10 after.
That's your ball game. Bulldogs win 10-0.
And that's it. Bulldogs sweep Alma here in Greenwood. We will await the results from the Greenbrier Mountain home matchup that will happen tomorrow night, starting at 4:30. I think that one is in Mountain Home. You may be able to pick that up on Bomber Sports Network if you're interested to see the outcome of that game. Really, I think what we need is Greenbrier to sweep Mountain Home. I'll have to check on that for sure. The ladies sweep at home, the boys sweep at home. Baseball and softball here in Greenwood. We are sure proud that you decided to join us tonight on both streams. Greenbrier will have baseball next week, probably baseball only. The fields are quite a distance from each other. We will bring you all the sights and sounds, certainly from baseball. I think the girls are a shoe-in now for softball for the postseason. And we'll see. We'll check back. Just look at all of the social medias to find out the boys' standings, to find out where they wind up with this sweep of Alma tonight. Certainly some hopes still alive for the postseason for the Bulldog baseball team. Thanks to Joe Buffkin for running the camera tonight, and all of you for watching. Tim Terry and Dr. Smith and Brian Vaughn over at softball, bringing all the sights and sounds over there for the ladies' action. We thank you so much for watching and tuning in. Thanks to our sponsors all up and down the board, and be sure and go patronize those people that you've seen on the screen all night long. Without their assistance, without their help, these streams would not be possible. We do appreciate everybody. If you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified every time we go live here on Greenwood Sports Center. 10-0, and the second game here from Greenwood Baseball Diamond as Greenwood sweeps the Alma Airedales. I'm Sean Holland saying good night. Greenwood Sports.